Hello and welcome to a glorious FailRace tradition. Whenever we start, or often when we're starting Horizon 3 filming stuff, always night so you can't really see much. Pretty fireworks display. Yes, we are on Horizon 3 for today's FailRace versus the community. We are racing A-class cars that weigh 4,000 pounds or more. So we've got some big heavyweights going on. On here, we've got a Challenger, big Cadillac, a Camaro, a BMW. The Regalia is here, and there's plenty of weight in that. A Jag, a Holden. I've got an Aston Martin, got V8 Vantage, all-wheel drive swapped to get the weight up in it. Although all-wheel drive can be quite helpful. Pontiac, Crown Vic, and then we've got the, many lights. We're definitely not going to miss it. The Raptor, there's even a Warthog for good measure. Warthog probably suck at some of the circuit racing, but if we go off-road, might come quite good. I probably won't be very good if we go off-road. I do have all-wheel drive, which will be better than some, but I don't have rally tyres. Of course, restricting it to A-class does make life... Oop, I've gone the wrong way. For some reason I thought that was the thing that I wanted to go to. No, I did actually have myself parked correctly over on this bit. Well done me. That's the one we want. Yeah, I have got distracted. Actually, that might still be a thing that we can work with. It's set to A class and no other restrictions. So sweet, we'll do that. Yeah. Choosing the balance of how you end up building your car with this is a little bit interesting. The car's going to be heavy, so you're going to probably get a fair amount of power still within A-class, but it's what you do with the tyres. That's one of the big questions. You could get rally tyres on the car, but they're likely to be underpowered and heavy. Not a good combination. Or you can, like I've done here, go for street tyres, big tyre width, so it's a bit better than it was to begin with, and still get in some power, but my power-to-weight ratio certainly isn't going to be the highest here. So, here we are to the grid. I am starting well towards the middle. The Warthog is at the Warthog and the Regalia are both at the front. There's a lot of... I've got a Raptor directly ahead of me. That's not going to be the most fun times. Oh, I bogged down horribly off the line. I had adjusted the gear ratios to try and fix the horrible bogging down as you go to set off in this. It's not quite as fixed as I had hoped it would be, but never mind. Oh, there's a little bit of wobbling going on through there as we are going to maybe not quite be able to do too much. Cadillac might have some pretty good straight line speed by the looks of it. I haven't got an answer to that one. I can probably match it for speed through the corners, maybe, but hopefully will be better than that. When it comes to the turns, we are clear of the we're clear of the Warthog, although everything else is just piled straight in. Thanks for that one, guys. I was hoping to make the most of my Aston Martin's superior cornering. You can't really do too much of that. Ooh, okay. There is some lag going on as well. That's never fun. Issue with the Aston Martin. Big issue with the Aston Martin is that the front end is really liking to lift up, especially when there are crests around. Not something that I foresaw. I did put the car on rally suspension. Now the reason being is that for when we end up bumbling our way into the off-road sections, rally suspension will be, well, good. If we put it on race suspension, it'll be slightly faster around a circuit, but terrible off-road. On rally suspension, it is good off-road and not actually that much worse around the circuit, although that may well go some way to explaining why across the crests we're getting this front-end lift. Well, it's an interesting battle we have going on here. Aston Martin, Crown Vic, and a Firebird. Oh, up ahead of us. Might call the Firebird a Camaro in the dark. The front of it does look quite a lot like the newer, I say the newer classic Camaros, if that makes any sense. I hope people know what I mean by that one. My bad. If if I did that, we are side by side with the Crown Vic. We are going to make that position. Haven't really got as much speed in the Aston as I would have liked, but this is perhaps not the strongest sort of circuit for my car. Tight technical street circuits will probably work out quite nicely for the all-wheel drive Aston. Its straight line speed is passable, I think, is the kindest way of putting it. As I said, compromises. Compromises are going to have to be made with the way that you build your cars. My focus on handling might work in some places. Here, there's a lot of speed, a lot of flat-out sections. Probably not so much. Well, that is one way to take an uphill chicane. What can we do about the Holden here? I can't really do too much. I'm not close enough. It's whether he's going to suddenly start lagging. It does seem to have now calmed down. We might be able to get the Pontiac on the run out of the corner. Indeed, we will. And then we have a couple more turns to complete this lap number 3. I like that corner. It's always a terrifying one. Oh, Firebird's going to fight back. He will get that position. Well played. Well played on getting that one done. I think lap speed-wise, we're all pretty even. We don't seem to be losing a huge amount despite a little bit of a fight here to the vehicles ahead. So, yeah, I mean, balance-wise, I don't think it's too bad. It's just we had a poor start. Amazingly, the front cars are now fighting as well, which does make life easier for us. Be brave through there. Yes. Okay, the speed that we can carry in the Aston Martin. It's a nice car, actually. I think I have done a pretty good job with my car. I've had some wonky car choices in the last few versus the communities on Horizon 3. I've gone too crazy one way or the other. With this, I think we might have found a nice middle ground if I can get the damn thing stopped. Well, we passed the Camaro without being lag murdered. He outbraked himself. Oh, Christ. Didn't even see the Crown Vic sneak up on me. Sorry about that. Saw the Camaro sneak past. I thought the Ford was further back. No idea he was alongside me. Right, let's get rid of that leaderboard so that we can kind of see a little bit more of the rear view mirror. Not too much of it though. We're going to go for a cutback on the Ford. No, the Pontiac is getting away. The Pontiac is getting away. I didn't want to have a big dive into the first corner. We will get that sorted. We have lost time on the leaders now with our little adventure at the hairpin. The Ford's got some pretty good acceleration on me, but car actually can do a pretty good job of matching me through the corners as well. The Crown Vic is putting up a good fight. I didn't think about building one. Oh, we've got another Blinkmobile. Oh, damn it. These Blinkmobiles. He has better acceleration. I think they have better top speed in the Aston. Yeah, don't know what tyres people are running on their respective vehicles. Oh, I'm really pushed my car out of that corner, trying to carry as much speed as possible, but I'm not going to be able to do anything about 4th place ahead of me. Unfortunately, I had the pace, but got in trouble all on my own and have run out of time to do any real closing up here, unless he makes a mistake around this final corner, which he doesn't. I've used everything I had. The Crown Vic was right there. That's a really enjoyable race for sort of 4th place between a whole bunch of us. I mean, lap time wise is not bad. CTSV was quick. Camaro was not that much faster than the rest of us. The Regalia was pretty good. Regalia's had a surprisingly fast lap time. In fact, I do know Regalia's down on power, but a monster in terms of the handling department. M5 comes across the line, a fair way down. Raptor and Warthog DNF. Probably not a good circuit for those two. Not a good circuit at all. But yeah, the midfield battle was excellent, and I very much like my Aston Martin, which is always a good thing. And next race, and we are heading to the Jungle Coast Trail, and somebody's managed to pick the wrong bloody car. There's always one. We are going to an off-road, a nasty off-road route that is, yeah, going to test some of these vehicles. I hope the Aston Martin is good here. I think we stand a chance. How good that chance is, I am not sure. But we will very quickly find out. If anyone has got off-road tyres on their vehicle, then they are going to be laughing right now. Oh, don't bump me wide. Oh, we had to panic and flail around that one. Anyone with rear-wheel drive is likely to be in a little bit of bother. There was some pingy physics right there. Well, Sleeker. That's what happens when you accidentally bring a car that's too light to a heavyweight fight. You get swooshed against the wall and end up on your nose. This is the bit the rear-wheel drive cars are going to not be liking. I hope I got that checkpoint. I think we did. The Holden's gone round. Oh, trying to avoid the CTSV. Can't really. I'm still going to try and make my way to the bloody corner. If we could have had any clear air, would be nice in all of this. Oh, hello Cadillac. Excuse me. Just don't mind the all-wheel all-wheel drive Aston Martin. It's actually got a half-decent bit of speed around here. The Regalia is up at the front. I believe the Regalia is all-wheel drive. And that's probably quite a good choice of car, especially if you can get out of trouble early around here with the amount of grip that that thing has. It is probably loving this course. Try and be a little bit more brave with throttle. I want to get at least a podium with the mighty Aston. It's actually struggling to keep up with the Jag at the moment. We did well through the opening sector. The Jag is now pulling away slightly. I don't know what's in second place, whether we'll be able to catch that or not in time. We have pulled away from the vehicles behind. I think outside of the Regalia, I probably have the second best car here. I think the Regalia is too quick for me. I think we are gradually working on catching these cars ahead. I'm going to run out of time, though. Yes, we are. God damn it. Another good race, another enjoyable chase against those second and third place cars. I just couldn't quite... it was a Camaro. Maybe there was a Camaro then. Maybe I got my Camaro and my Pontiac. I don't know. Who knows? Either way, there's a Camaro in second. Jaguar takes my Aston couldn't quite catch them, but it was going quick towards the end of that. Range Rover did okay in fifth. CTSV, M5, Jaguar, XJS, HSV, GTS. I suspect some rear-wheel drive cars down towards the bottom having issues with this this dirt circuit. Yeah, I mean, is always going to be the problem, but with the all-wheel drive, I've perhaps compromised my build in other areas. Again, if it pays off in some respects, doesn't always pay off in others. I do believe I have enough XP to level up. Now, whether I will get anything interesting out of this wheel spin or not, I do not know. However, fingers crossed. Come on, I don't normally film these. You're on camera. Do something interesting, game. Give me something interesting. I mean, it's better than the normal crap that I get. It's a car, at least. So, we are off to Surfer's Paradise with our next race at the Skyline View circuit. Around here, it is potentially a track that is going to suit my car, I think. We've got some nice acceleration zones, which the all-drive Aston will like. We've got some nasty corners, which a fairly decent handling Aston will like. There are potential problems. The straights are relatively long around here, and I don't have the greatest top speed, in fact. No, this is not right. This is not right. We're being beaten by a Land Rover in a straight line. It's embarrassing. I kind of want to go around the outside of it, but the Land Rover can't really... Oh, the Land Rover can't turn. The Land Rover didn't really have much option to turn because he was being assisted by it. I'm still stuck on the outside of three wides everywhere. I just want to get back in. There we go. I haven't got a car on my inside. We can actually take a corner like a normal person. I remember this circuit. This circuit is a mean circuit. Primarily because the checkpoints can be real arseholes. It's very, very easy to miss them, especially when you're in a pack of cars. Or, like that, I'll just get pile driven into the wall instead. If I can go a race without being screwed over constantly, it would be lovely. It would be absolutely wonderful to go a race without being fired into a wall. Because we were leading at that point. We would have led and we probably would have carried more speed through that corner than the rest of the field and got away. Instead, we got dive bombed and are now at the back with an entire group of cars to try and find a way past. I mean, the good news is, as I said with that opening race, we do actually look half decently matched in terms of speed. The fact that as we come onto this second lap, they're going three wide into kind of turn. Whoa, a lot of cars got in trouble, including me. Last vehicles that I drove around here were actually the off-road, big off-road trucks. We were going to race the off-road trucks here, but the checkpoints proved an utter nightmare for them because they're so big, very difficult to see if you were buried in the field. And yeah, I think about half the field, or half field missed checkpoints at some point, made a complete mess of any interesting racing. And that is flat out through that kind of turn one area. This, I did go on the brakes, but it was way too late. I didn't really know what you could and couldn't get away with. Look at that, I've got round a corner without firing somebody into a wall. It's a miracle. Unfortunately, the front two, it is I believe, the Firebird and Regalia actually running away at the front of this one. I might be able to get a bloody podium though. Damn it, the way. Track that I thought my car would perhaps be happy. I mean, the good news is my car is happy here. My car is relatively happy with this circuit. I haven't got the straight line speed of the Jags. They seem pretty good. The Camaro is also pretty fast down here. Oh, he just about got stopped. The Jags have got some teamwork going on, and I'm going to fire my car up the inside. I will say thank you very much. Crap, there's a Cadillac a lot closer to the back of me than I was expecting it to be. Visibility in this car is not the greatest. Don't like not... I can just about see the left side mirror. The rear view mirror is pretty awful. I'd like to be able to see a little bit more. Oh. That was fun. That was fun across that jump. I saw the Camaro go... Oh, I might have missed that checkpoint. I just about got away with that one. That's a little bit close. Yeah, I saw the Camaro kind of go for it, and I followed the line and had to try and go... I had to kind of one-up him in terms of the spectacularness with the corner. I'm not very good here. I need to turn in sooner through there. Oi, mind that thing. Fine, we're fine, we're fine. Everything is good. We have a little... I need a little lift, actually. That ATSV is stupid quick. I have to give him credit for that thing. I imagine doesn't have very much PI to play with either, and that thing is very, very fast. Oh, he's on the outside. He's managed to... That is a brilliant overtake to have gone around the outside, even with me unintentionally squeezing him in towards the wall, and he ran out of road and got on the grass trying to accelerate. He basically just chewed up someone's front lawn, trying to get past me. But bonus points for the effort there. That was a ridiculously good attempt. Now, can we get this braking zone nice and straight? Yes, we can. Now, I'm okay if I stick a wheel on the grass, because it's not going to spit my car horribly. Oh, piss. Oh, I got away with it. Just that's the corner that catches you out, because you want to try and dive to the apex as much as possible, and that was a massive risk that could very nearly, very, very easily have backfired on me. I can't take that as fast as I think I can. That could give me some trouble. Where is that Cadillac? Oh, I'm on a little bit of a wonky line all the way through here. I might just about be far enough ahead to hold off the Cadillac. ATSV is bloody fast around here. The Regalia is miles quicker than all of it, but just completely gone. That's insanely quick. Regalia is mad. Yeah, I mean, lap time is actually me and the CTSV, sorry, not ATSV, fairly close. Fairly close in terms of second place for lap times. CTSV has a straight line speed. I have a handling. I kind of feared that it would be my undoing, because I haven't got the power of some of the other cars in this field. Made for some close lap times, made for a good race, and despite getting screwed over, I don't think I could have ever competed with the Regalia anyway. Managed to fight our way back to a podium, so I'm happy with that. For our final race of the day, we are going out to, well, the Outback. This particular scramble circuit is a fairly short track that haven't used it a huge amount, actually. It's not got the largest kind of dirt sections to worry about, but overall we don't have the huge straights either. Again, might be a place in which my car is okay. It might still struggle compared to some of the other vehicles around. We should be good. Jeez, Jax is so quick off the line. It should be alright in terms of traction through this sort of turn 2. Oh, there's a water splash as well. I completely forgot what turn 2, turn 3 part. Is turn 4 dirt? Yes, it is. Oh, we've been smacked. I don't even know which car hit me there. Either way, we've visited more scenery, quite heavily assisted, and well, there we go. Yeah, speed-wise, it could be worse, actually. The Jags are busy once again fighting each other. I've got a Land Rover to try and find a way past. Oh, we're going to give you an assistance all the way around a corner. The Regalia is coming. Who knew that the best of the heavyweights was the I knew it was a good handling car. I didn't know it was actually a good A-class car in general. We are going to have the speed on it, I think, down here, but it will out-turn us. I don't know how good the brakes are on it. Probably quite good. It's also a real bugger. Oh, Cadillac's come to join in the fun as well. Oh dear. I think the Cadillac might potentially be rear-wheel drive. He struggled at the first rally stage that we did. Oh, I'm going to turn the favour to the Jag. Little love tap on the on the Jaguar through there. The Regalia tried and couldn't get past the Land Rover. They're going 3 wide. Oi, there we go. Carried lots of speed out of there. Still, the Regalia is busy looking. It's just not the same. It was a carbon copy move between me and the Jag, the Regalia, and the Land Rover. I just want to run in clean air. I just want to be able to enjoy my Aston Martin without having other cars in the way through the corners constantly. The Regalia is so good through the turns, it just makes mincemeat of everything, and I'm not quite that good through these corners, and I'm also not driving very well now through that turn. We have at least got some clean air to enjoy for the briefest of moments here. We'll try and be neat and tidy, and that might be able to allow us to catch up. We are, well, almost straight back into the fight. We're at that annoying distance where you can't really see anything because of the dust. When you're close enough, the dust kind of particles haven't had to... I don't know where the Jag's gone. I don't know if he's lagged out or what's... I might have missed a checkpoint. No, probably where he's gone then. Yeah, if you're close enough, the like dust particles or whatever isn't quite as thick as when you're further back. It's kind of they're just sort of starting spawning by Forza. So yeah, sometimes being a little further back is a hell of a lot worse to follow a car. Now, have I got the braking right into this first corner? A little bit better than the Cadillac. Can I find a way past? This is where the Cadillac I think is likely to be weak. Probably going to be my best bet. It's a lovely, lovely cutback. I will take that one. Thank you very much. Now just got to run away so that when we come to that long-ish start-finish straight, we can be clear. We can be out of the way of an angry Jaguar. I think the Regalia has made short work. Oh, indeed he has. Catching up to the leading... Is it GTO, I think, actually, at the front I spied from a long range. Land Rover in third. I would like another podium. With the Aston Martin. Keep fairly consistent with my finishing positions if we could. Yes, I can't do anything about that. Oh, we're going to get... I don't know if we were... I think I was fairly assisted because I was quite early on the brakes there and somehow ended up getting skated out very wide. So I would appreciate not being, or I will just do exactly the same back to you when the when the moment arises. Yeah, I can close up so much through here. Now you can go over that way. Yeah, I'm liking this Aston. It's a good overall build. The issue is it's yeah, kind of jack of all trade, master of very little, and that's a slight issue when it comes to the more power-focused circuits. Cars like the CTS-V are considerably better. When it comes to more handling-orientated circuits, funnily enough, the Regalia is the vehicle that you want. Oh, I think the GTO might have missed a checkpoint. I have been promoted up into a third place now. The Land Rover is actually a surprisingly rapid car as well. Of course, the Land Rover will have the tyres for the off-road stuff. I would imagine that would be on its standard tyres, and standard tyres on the SUVs are better off-road than a normal car's standard tyres. I'm hoping that makes sense. I've got all sorts of wiggly through there, so the Cadillac is right behind me. Cadillac's going to have a go at the inside. I was going to try and go for a cutback. He actually did a very, very good job of fending off in the middle of the road. And I can turn tighter and so on than the CTS-V, but he's got a lot more power than I do. I think he's just going to out-drag me down here, and there's nothing that I can do about that one. I got too out of shape coming across the dirt. Well, could have, perhaps should have had another podium with all of that. Range Rover was, yeah, very, very good car. around here, I couldn't put consistent laps together enough to catch up to that. The Regalia really is the vehicle to have, though, in these technical circuits. That's amazingly good around the corners. It's, what is that, almost a second and a half clear of everybody else. So I had second fastest lap in all of that. Regalia is an utter monster when it comes to these technical circuits, whether it be dirt, whether it be dirt corners, whether it be just a full-on street circuit. So we have a interesting tip when it comes to building the heavyweights. You definitely want the Regalia. The Aston Martin's not too bad either. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.